Traditional search optimization is rapidly giving way to artificial intelligence optimization, or AEO. Getting your brand cited in an AI summary is now the most valuable digital real estate you can own. But as marketing teams realize they need an AEO strategy, they face an immediate fork in the road. Do you buy a tool to monitor your current visibility, or do you buy a platform designed to actively build it? Cognizo and GEOforge represent the clearest examples of these two completely different approaches to the market. Cognizo starts at $149 a month, while GEOforge begins at $1,250. This $1,000 difference is the first indicator of how differently these platforms approach the AEO market. This chart maps the basic landscape of AEO software. The x-axis measures analytics and tracking. The y-axis measures content execution. Cognizo lands firmly bottom right, exceptional tracking but limited execution. GEOforge sits top left, focused heavily on high-volume execution and citation building. This price spread separates the software into two categories: a dashboard for observing data and an engine built to change it. To understand why the execution capabilities differ so much, we have to look at where each platform gets the intelligence to write content. Cognizo relies exclusively on publicly available web data to inform its AI writing tools. It scrapes what is already out there. In AEO, there is a metric called information gain, which evaluates how much new value an article adds to a language model's training data. Because Cognizo recycles public information, its outputs are standardized and lack novel insights. As this diagram illustrates, an LLM scanner naturally rejects redundant information. When you feed it generic data, the model ignores it, meaning your brand rarely earns actual citations in the final AI answer. GEOforge tackles this through a system called BaseForge, which strictly ingests your proprietary internal data. This requires uploading your raw sales calls, CRM data, and subject matter expert interviews. By pulling directly from your unique internal knowledge, the platform creates highly grounded content that LLMs recognize as fresh, high-value information. Here is the trade-off. GEOforge significantly increases your likelihood of earning citations, but your internal team has to do the hard work of gathering and uploading that raw knowledge base first. Information gain is the currency of AI search. Generic data keeps your brand invisible, while proprietary data earns the AI's trust. Having high-quality data is only half the equation. You also need sheer volume to compete against larger brands in your space. Cognizo's standard plans place a strict cap on production, limiting you to generating just 2 to 5 articles per month. That creates a very slow, tightly controlled drip of content out to your site. This diagram represents a competitive search category. While a low monthly article limit keeps your software costs down, it creates a severe operational bottleneck. A few drops a month simply won't make a measurable impact on the total volume. GEOforge removes this cap entirely, offering completely unlimited content production directly from your proprietary knowledge base. Working at this unlimited scale allows you to rapidly publish and build dense citation reference networks that surround your target keywords. The financial trade-off here is that to remove the execution bottleneck, you are committing to a $1,250 premium every month, regardless of whether your team maximizes that output capacity.
A severe content cap creates a hard execution ceiling. In competitive markets, cheap tracking software might yield a 0% return on investment if it physically cannot produce enough volume to change the AI's recommendations. Once you actually generate that content, you hit the next major friction point, physically moving those words onto your live website. Cognizo requires a manual export process. You have to copy the generated text directly out of their platform. This manual workflow adds a significant burden to your team, requiring them to spend administrative hours formatting, uploading, and hitting publish on your CMS. This visual compares the two workflows. The top half shows those manual friction nodes you hit with a basic export. The bottom half shows GEOforge's approach, a direct integration that connects the platform straight into Webflow and WordPress. Bypassing those manual steps allows for automated direct-to-site publishing, which drastically cuts down your operational time and speeds up your delivery to the market. The technical trade-off is that to get this automation, your IT team must grant a third-party platform API access directly into your core website architecture. Administrative friction limits scale. If you are going to run a high-volume AEO campaign, an automated CMS integration is a strict prerequisite. Summarizing these operational differences makes it very clear exactly what you are buying at these entry-level price points. This matrix compares the two platforms side by side across the core mechanics of AEO execution. As the data fills in, it definitively labels Cognizo as a public data tracker and GeoForge as a proprietary data builder. If building an engine internally is out of the question, there is one final execution tier, GeoForge's fully managed service at $2,500 a month. This option removes your internal staff from the equation entirely. A dedicated Hop AI strategist takes over the calendar and manages the complete end-to-end execution. You are trading a massive capital cost for direct human resources savings. Even with the highest upfront sticker price, a managed service provides the best time savings return for a lean team that lacks the budget to hire a full-time in-house AEO manager. Making your final choice doesn't come down to which software is objectively better. It comes down to a realistic evaluation of your internal bandwidth and execution capacity. This decision tree maps out exactly how to match your specific business profile to the correct platform. Choose Cognizo if your team is early in your AEO journey. If you already have an in-house content team and simply need broad analytics across platforms like Grok and DeepSeek to get your keyword data, this is your tool. The GeoForge platform fits best if you are ready to aggressively engineer AI recommendations, if you have rich proprietary data to ingest and need unlimited volume to dominate a niche. Take this path. Finally, the managed service tier is the right choice only if you have healthy capital budgets, but absolutely zero internal time to dedicate to AEO execution. The core rule of AEO investment remains the same across all options. Accurately assess your internal bandwidth before you buy a tool. Don't spend your budget on a visibility dashboard if the actual underlying problem is a lack of an execution engine.